Hi everyone, and welcome to this tutorial on creating forms in Turbo Apps. In today's video, we'll explore the creation of forms within the Turbo Apps platform. Forms serve as versatile data collection tools across many applications, encompassing everything from inspections and approvals to information retrieval and beyond. The cornerstone of Turbo Apps Builder lies in its ability to empower users to design and deploy forms with minimal to no coding expertise. Through a user-friendly visual drag-and-drop interface, you can seamlessly connect components and construct your forms step by step. Let's get started. Creating a new form. First, navigate to the Forms section on the left-hand sidebar. Click the Create button in the top right corner, and a drop-down menu will appear. Here, you can choose the type of form you want to create. Form. A simple form for collecting any kind of information. Nested forms. This option allows you to create reusable forms embedded within other forms. Wizard. If your form requires multiple pages and handles large amounts of data, choose the Wizard option. For this tutorial, we'll create a simple one-page form to conduct equipment inspections. We'll collect details like the date and time, the equipment being inspected, its condition, comments, pictures, the inspector's name, and signature. Designing the form. Once you choose Form, a new layout will open where you can design your form using drag-and-drop components. These components are categorized into sections. Basic includes basic components like text areas, checkboxes, and buttons. Advanced includes components like email, date, and currency. Layout provides options like columns, tables, and HTML elements. Data offers containers, data maps, and data grids for managing data. Premium features location, Smart ID, barcode, and more. Let's walk through building our inspection form. From Layout, drag and drop columns. Click on the Edit button in the column. The Edit tab will open. In Column Properties, confirm width is 8 for each of the columns. Click the Save button and close the Edit tab. From Advanced, drag and drop the date and time component into the first column. Open the Edit tab and check Use Locale settings so that browser locale will be used for display. Click on Data and set default date to moment to initialize it to the current date and time. Click on Validation and check the required field. Click on API and change the API property name to Inspect Date Time. Click on Save and close the tab. From Basic, drag and drop select component into the second column. Under the Edit tab, change label to Equipment. Click on Data and add multiple equipment to the list under Data Source Values. Enter Computer in the label and hit Tab, and the value Computer will be set automatically. Now click on Add Another and similarly add the labels CPU, mouse, monitor, and headphones. Click on Validation and check the required field. Click on API and confirm the API property name as Equipment. Click on Save and close the tab. From Basic, drag and drop the radio component into the second column below the equipment. Open the Edit tab and change label to Condition. Check Inline View so the radio buttons display horizontally. Click on Data and add multiple conditions to the list. Under Values, enter Good in the label and tab, and the value Good will be set automatically. Now click on Add Another and similarly add the labels Warning, Repair, and Replace. Once all the values are added, remember to choose Good as the default value. Click on Validation and check the required field. Click on API and confirm the API property name as Comment. Click on Save and close the tab. From Basic, drag and drop the text area component below the columns so it takes up the full width. Open the Edit tab and change label to Comment. Click on Validation and check the required field. Click on API and confirm API property name as Condition. Click on Conditional and under Simple, set the component should display to false. Choose the form component as Condition, and lastly, set the value to Good. This is done because we do not want the inspector to enter a comment if the equipment's condition is good. Click on Save and close the tab. From Layout, drag and drop columns below the comment field. Open the Edit tab and in Column Properties, click on Add Column to add a third column. Change the width of the second and third columns to 5 to make a total width of 16. From Turbo Premium, drag and drop the file component into the first column. Change label to Equipment Image. Click on File and set Storage to Base 64. Also, check Display as Image, Upload Only, enable Web Camera, change default compression, and set compression size to 1 MB. Click on Validation and select the required field. Click on API and confirm the API name as Equipment Image. Click on Logic as we will add logic to ensure that an image is required only if the condition is Repair or Replace. Set logic name to Repair, trigger type to Simple, form component to Condition, and set the Has the value to Repair. Now, add an action. Set action name to Repair Mandatory, type to Property, component property to Required, and value to True. What we have achieved is to set the mandatory property for this file component to True if the condition is Repair. Now, remember to save action and save logic. Similarly, add another logic and action to check for condition value Replace. Click on Save and close the tab. From Basic, drag and drop Select Component into the second column. Open the Edit tab and change label to Inspected By. Click on Data and add multiple equipments to the list under Data Source Values. Enter Alex Johnson in the label and enter the value 1 for value. Now click on Add Another and similarly add the label's values Brandon Clark as 2, Justin Taylor as 3, Kevin Anderson as 4, and Ryan Miller as 5. Click on Validation and check the required field. Click on API and confirm the API name as Equipment. Click on Save and close the tab. Finally, from Advanced, drag and drop the signature into the third column. Open the Edit tab and change label to Sign. Uncheck Click to Sign as we want users to digitally sign their signatures and not just affix their name. Click on Validation and check the required field. Click on API and confirm the API name as Sign. Click on Save and close the tab. Saving the new form. Once you've added all the components and set their properties, click Save. Enter the following details. Icon. Choose a suitable icon to represent your form. Title. Enter a clear and descriptive title like Inspection. Description. Briefly explain the form's purpose, such as Computer Equipment Inspection Form. Category. You can categorize your form for better organization. Select a category from the drop-down menu. Click Save, and your new equipment inspection form will be saved. That concludes our introduction to building forms in Turbo Apps. You've successfully created a functional equipment inspection form using drag and drop components. Remember, you can explore the various component options and functionalities to build more complex and customized forms for your specific needs. In our next video, we'll delve into creating categories within Turbo Apps. This will allow you to organize your forms for easier access and management. We'll explore how to create categories and save your forms under those categories, keeping your workflow streamlined and efficient. Thank you for joining this tutorial. Happy form building!